Hey everyone, welcome back. So it is almost time for the King's coronation. Today we are going to walk the procession route between Westminster Abbey and Buckingham Palace. We're going to look at all the preparation that's ongoing around the area and talk about the events of the day. So currently we are at the Westminster Abbey. This is where Charles will be anointed. I'm no historian, but I believe there is around 30 to 37 maybe coronations that have happened here at the Abbey in different guises, and this is the final resting place of 17 monarchs. King Charles is set to be crowned alongside the Queen Consort at the ceremony in Westminster Abbey on Saturday the 6th. It will begin at 11 a.m. So we're going to take our way and walk the exact route of the Coronation Procession that is called here. So we're going to go past here, which is where lots of people are taking photos by those things, and we're going to go all the way down to Trafalgar Square where the mall is and walk through that part. There's some lovely buildings around this area, lovely detail on the buildings as well. So actually the coronation service, as I said, will start at 11 a.m. on Saturday the 6th of May. That's actually 10 days from now, so most of the preparation is underway. It's been underway for a number of weeks, and as you can see, these barriers and various things are being put together to ward off the crowds, I guess, and to ensure safety. It's actually a much shorter route than what happened in, I think it was 1953, I believe, when the Queen was coronation. It's very busy today. This is actually rush hour, so there's going to be lots of people around, milling around anyway. So definitely a hot tourist attraction around here. Very, very busy today. There we have Elizabeth Tower, or Big Ben as most people call it, housing the Parliament. We're going to take our route round So all these telephone booths are being kept in so people can take photos with the booth, with Elizabeth Tower in the background. Interestingly, it's a very, very hot spot for the photographers around here. So we're walking down Whitehall now, head towards the edge of the mall, and then we're going to head down the mall itself towards Buckingham Palace. Some more phone boxes down here. Now, it'll be interesting to see how many flags are out so far, being it's 10 days in advance. I am expecting to see most of the pageantry that would be there in advance before the event, but we'll see. So this is King Charles Street, so not the current King Charles, of course, but so many people around today. Lots of police around as well. As you can see, lots of police ready for the event. Not sure if the microphone's picking it up, but there's lots of helicopters, well I say lots, 2 helicopters around. So it's going past Prime Minister's office. So much great architecture around in London. Every time I come into London it feels something different. some bobbies with some guns. Always a rare sight in England. And there we go. Heavily armed, heavily protected. And all the way down Whitehall you have these monuments to the war in remembrance. So I just talked about Westminster Abbey again. There was actually over 8,000 guests from around 130 nations that travelled to Westminster for the Queen's coronation, Queen Elizabeth II. However, there will only be around 2,000 guests this time, 2,200 they believe, and this is due to health and safety restrictions, so very different. I don't know how they crammed 8,000 guests in there all those years ago, but yeah, 2,000 to 2,200 this time around. After being anointed and blessed and consecrated by the Archbishop of Canterbury, Charles will have the crown of St Edward placed on his head, which is currently being made bigger. No idea how you can make a crown bigger, but I'm sure there's ways. And that will make him officially crowned as King Charles III. After the ceremony around 2 p.m, Charles and Camilla will depart Westminster Abbey in the gold state coach and undertake what is called the Coronation Procession, which is what we're walking right now. So this is the exact location they'll be going down. Which is about a 1.3 mile journey. So when the Queen was coronated, her procession was much longer, much longer. Not too sure why. Let me know in the comments if you know why King Charles III is going to be much shorter. It's only 1.3 miles. Got an interesting looking guard here, standing very still. That's what you love about the pageantry in London. So this is the museum. So this is where the gold state coach will be coming down. There's likely to be thousands, tens of thousands perhaps, of public lining the street down here to try and grab a glimpse of the new monarch. So if you're planning on coming down for the coronation, let me know. The closest tubes, if you want to know that, if you don't know the area well, is going to be Westminster, where I came in today. That's just outside Westminster Abbey. You have Hyde Park Corner, Green Park, Charing Cross and St James's Park. St James's Park is probably the best location in terms of grabbing the atmosphere, but the procession is not going down that route, so just be aware if you're getting out there. I guess if you own an apartment or have got access to these buildings up here, you have got prime location. I wonder if they actually sell tickets or try and make some money out of these buildings. Just on those tube stations that I mentioned just then, just be careful. Obviously I'll definitely check for announcements or check online before you travel. The day is going to be super busy, therefore I expect some stations to be closed due to the amount of people trying to get around the area. So do check out for that. They are the nearest stations in this area. We're making our way up to Trafalgar Square now. And then we're going to cut back on ourselves to go down the mall.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, here's the preparation started, lots of bollards around. Actually don't know which way to go around here. Let's see if we come down here. So obviously the road's, part of the road is actually closed off at the moment. Let's see if we can get around this side. And there we go, this is the start of the mall as you walk down. I'm going to grab up on these steps here quickly and you can start seeing Union Jacks. And what you'll notice, actually, what I've never noticed down this road before, is if you're at the very top of these, you'll notice that there's crowns. Let's see if I can zoom in. I'm not sure if the camera's picking up very well, but as you can see, there are crowns on top of the poles there. So you can see all the barriers are ready for the day. So I'm going to take a picture in the middle here. So that's the entrance as they'll be coming down the mall on the procession, the King's procession, and then they'll be going all the way down there towards Buckingham Palace. So let's go there. So we're just going to head down this area here. Now, lack of research on my part, I believe, but there obviously is going to be something going on here, which probably is the concert, I guess, celebration. Well, this is where all the temporary grandstand is. Let's go have a quick look at this and we'll walk back towards the mall and then down to Buckingham Palace. Obviously this guy's on a mission, walking faster than I am. So there you go, there's the grandstand just down the mall. As I said, lack of research on my part, let me know what this bit is for. Let's head back to the mall and walk down towards Buckingham Palace. So currently I've still got a few gaps in the gated fencing. It's obviously let people walk through at the moment, but that'll be all closed up on the day. Now for those who have seen the thumbnail, it was a bright sunny day when I started recording this. Honest, definitely, I haven't suckered you in at all, but it's slightly overcast right now. It's actually the evening rush hour time. So all of these poles with the flags do have the King's crown on top. An imitation of the King's crown, I guess. And the road is now closed, so we can actually freely walk down the mall in the middle right now. Might get knocked over from a bike or two, but now, interestingly, in this middle part, there isn't any flags up. There is the crowns on top of the lampposts, but there is no flags. I'm not sure why. Maybe I'm actually quite surprised by that. I thought they'd all be up by now. I expect them to still be up by the time it comes round. Just going to avoid these bikes quickly. Pop over here. So all these little gantries are being built now, which are for all the filming crew. Now I believe they've been practicing at night with the horses. And there is certainly a lot of horse stuff on the floor, which the bikes are having to try and navigate. We're about halfway down the mall now. As you can see Buckingham Palace in the distance. Another interesting thing is if you're coming down here to try and see the balcony and obviously the fly pass, you'll be able to see the fly pass quite easily from anywhere around these locations at this time of year. The trees are not terribly in bloom, so you can see through them quite easily from any distance. However, if you want to see the balcony itself cannot be viewed from that middle section, so you really need to get near the front. I believe people will still be camping out here days before, 3 or 4 days before, I imagine, and you really need to be up at the front of that to get to the front of where the balcony is to witness the royal family on the balcony. And talking about times again, as I said, the ceremony at Westminster Abbey starts at 11 a.m. It should go on for between 2 and 3 hours, we believe, which means it should be returning here, or the procession, King's procession back here to Buckingham Palace should commence around 2 p.m. And once they've arrived at that 1.3 mile journey, it doesn't take that long obviously, especially when there is no one on the roads and all the roads are clear. That shouldn't take too long, and then they'll get back to Buckingham Palace and then appear on the balcony, and the fly past should be around 2:30 p.m. we believe. The usual red arrows, Lancaster bomber, all that good stuff will be on show, so definitely worth checking out. Some more preparation over here, so we've got some areas boarded up. And it looks like TV crews are in there, some different stuff. Okay, so the flags have started to recommence. As you can see, they've started here and they weren't in that middle section, which is interesting. So whether they will have them during the ceremony, I mean during the procession, I do not know. I would expect they would. It would be strange for them not to. Unless you know of any reason why, let me know in the comments. We've got here another gantry, so lots of more gantries down to this bit. They're at closer increments now. I think everyone uses this route to get down back to the stations by other things. All cycle down here because it's quieter and no cars around. So yeah, coming up to Buckingham Palace now. The end of our 1.3 mile walk this evening. About 14 degrees. Now the road is closed, but obviously workmen and the work need to carry on. So they're having to navigate everyone just walking around, cycling around, taking photos. Big old gantry there. And well done to all the workers that have put this on, all the preparation. You see it's all boarded up as you get closer to Buckingham Palace. To stop the number of people going all the way back and you know, essentially making people be crushed at the front. So that was a good idea. No different to normal as well. So it's getting a bit more busy with the bikes and the workman cars. So I'm going to probably pop up onto the pavement bit in a minute. I'll take a good look at Buckingham Palace. The gold on the statue and all the decoration around, it looks like it's just been repainted. So all the porter cabins and the kind of media cabins have been put up now. So they weren't there a few days ago actually, so they've only just appeared. And obviously this is the main grandstand area for it's definitely all been repainted. People are not looking where they are going. Just going to look at the gates and see It's definitely been repainted much brighter than it was a couple of months ago when I was up here. So we'll take a look at that. Take a look at Buckingham Palace, and that's the end of our 1.3 mile walk. Hopefully the camera does that justice. So this is where they will enter at the front here, make their way up to the balcony between 2 and 2:30. There you go. There is Buckingham Palace. So that's about it. We have walked the King's procession from Westminster Abbey to Buckingham Palace and seen some of the preparation that has taken place along the route. Let me know in the comments if you'll be watching it on TV or braving the crowds on the day, or maybe you're just interested in the bank holiday on Monday. Either way, get in touch. It'd be great to hear from you, and bye for now.